Idiot Radio, taking it to the edge and back. Scotty, Scotty,
I'll take Scotty.
All right, you're listening to Scotty Presents. I'm your host, Scott Israel, and we are on idiotradio.net. Today, my special guest is Zach Cieply, host of the Parkway Theater. And what's the name of your podcast?
Shut up, stupid.
Oh, jeez. And so what's up, Zach?
Not too much, Scotty. How you been, man?
I'm beat. I'm tired, man. I've been working a job. It's been a lot of fun, but I'm tired.
Yeah, well, I mean, that can happen whenever you're not used to doing anything at all.
Oh, that's not even true. I just wasn't doing, like, the usual, you know?
No, I hear that, man. Like, but I respect that you're trying to do something productive in your life. I mean, that's a good thing.
I'm always productive, you know? It's just I don't always get paid, you know? Like, I write, I do comedy. These are things I pour a lot of time and energy into, get nothing back but, like, you know, people laugh at me.
Well, that's the problem there, though, man. Art is stupid. Why would you do art?
Art is stupid. I wish America was more like Ireland. You know, they have special programs to take care of their artists so that they don't have to. I mean, they still. I don't know. Do they starve? Are they suffering? Do you think that suffering is an important part of, you know, being a comedian?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's to some extent like it gives you something to talk about. Like, you know, if you're like an immigrant coming to this country and you want to do stand-up, you got like an outsider angle where you can like talk about all the shit that's like, you know, giving you friction and all that stuff where like it gives you material. But I don't think at the same time, I don't think like you need to be suffering for comedy to be good or for like any kind of art to be good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Jerry Seinfeld ever suffered too much.
No, I mean, like
Louis C.K. definitely did, though.
Yeah, later on.
Well, nah, it kind of his comedy kind of reads like it is just one silly, horrible thing after another.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like he got it kind of easy coming out of it. I mean, like, yeah, he was from Mexico, sure, that's like a problem. That gave him like material that he didn't really even have to earn because he was white as fuck.
Yeah, he's a ginger from Mexico. That's a weird identity crisis, right?
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, like if you're thinking about somebody being like, "Oh, I'm Mexican," and you know, you don't expect someone like Louis C.K. where it's like, he's
a white guy,
but he doesn't have like the same struggles as like
Jose
Mexican people who come to this country who are brown,
right?
You know,
sure.
Which I mean, that sucks, but
yeah, all right. So he didn't have it harder than anybody in the world, but in America, yeah, maybe a little rough and tumble.
No, but I just don't think that like you have to be some kind of like suffering artist for your like. You look at someone like what's his name, John Mulaney.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know him at all.
Yeah, skinny, tall guy.
Yeah, but like, I'm not saying his life was easy, but like he like through his stand-up, he's talking about being like a suburban kid.
Yeah,
and his shit's still funny.
To suburban kids.
I don't know. I mean, I still think it's funny. I don't know.
Like Carlin funny?
No, he's not Carlin
like
funny. Like
Pryor funny?
No, I mean,
yeah.
you can't jump right to the the greats. But I mean, like if
but those are definitely strugglers.
Yeah, but I mean, both of them are like military dudes too. I mean, it's not like being in the military automatically makes you funny. Carlin was in the Army.
Okay.
And I think
Pryor?
I think
Pryor he boxed a little.
I don't know about him boxing, but I think he was in the military. I can't remember what branch. Cosby was in the Navy. You know, like there's all kinds of funny people who are from the military, but it's not like being in the military makes you funny.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, anything like that. But I don't know, that whole you got to struggle to make your art good, that's bullshit. I mean, you can be good at art.
Yeah. So how long you been running the Parkway now?
Almost a year now. It's we'll be a year in October.
It is the strangest shop. It reminds me of is a strange spot. It reminds me of the little shop that the devil owns in Needful Things. Because we're in McKees Rocks, right? I mean that's a fun neighborhood.
You can say a shitty part of town. That's fun.
I mean, what makes it? It's not. What
People-
makes it shitty?
all the crack and the shootings and the stabbings and all that.
The heroin and the crack and the stabbings. Yeah, all right.
I think I got a pretty good case for calling it.
Yeah, all
shitty,
right.
but-
And then in the middle of all that, a hairdresser and his wife own a big
movie theater.
movie theater.
Yeah.
And you let us do 10 minutes. You're the only spot in Pittsburgh where you can go to an open mic that I know of and get a 10-minute spot.
Well, I know that I think Smokehouse is too, and I think Clabber's is also 10 minutes, but that's more of like a showcase type deal than mine is, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an awesome place, and the nice thing about it is that it's like it used to be a really shitty spot.
Yeah.
Because the way that I like got in contact with him was that I used to go to that place to watch like illegal movies, and
What do you mean?
like we watched The Hateful Eight like 2 weeks before. It came out.
Okay. So you don't mean like priests and little boys.
No, I mean like it was like they were showing movies illegally.
Oh, okay.
And they were
But
showing
before they were showing anywhere else, they got like a bootleg and they projected it.
yeah, and it was like there was literally dudes like talking in the background and like walking past the camera and all that stuff.
That's hilarious.
But I still
like
still
those.
didn't like Hateful Eight.
They remind me of like Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah, it was literally like that. It
Yeah.
was like watching one of those where the people who were like
Do they
in the
still
way
make
didn't
that
know.
show?
They had a.
Can we do a rip-off version?
I don't think there's anything proprietary about it. I know they do like a podcast and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they also just had like a new season a little while ago.
Did they?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I always liked it. It's goofy. It's
Yeah.
making fun of B movies.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite shows growing up, which is weird because when it was on, I was like 8 years old.
Oh, no kidding?
like,
Yeah.
I think it was on like at 3 o'clock. So it was like when I came home from school, I caught the tail end of that,
Yeah.
and I went into like Rocco's Modern Life.
That's cool. I liked Rocco's Modern Life was cool. My big thing that I remember, at least in high school, is coming home watching Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah, I love Piggy.
And sometimes we would cut school and watch, was it Jerry Springer, right? Because
Yeah.
that's wild. What kind of weird ass show is that? I bet you the Jerry Springer had a lot of fun making that show.
I just like that he was like he used to be in like the Senate or House of Representatives or some shit like that, and they were like, all right, well, what's his next career
was
move? Lobbying?
He
What?
was a country singer briefly.
Yeah, but like his thing right after.
I mean, it's just
after
so
being
weird.
in Congress was like Jerry Springer show.
Wait, I think he was a country singer in between.
Oh, okay.
But like, it's weird. It's just like, what do I want to? I want to be, yeah. And then we'd watch the ones where the claymation people kill each other in the
Celebrity deathmatch.
Oh, I love the celebrity deathmatch.
Dude, that was my shit for a while. And
It's just so entertaining.
yeah.
So people, the celebrities. So you have like feelings about them and thoughts about them. You have opinions about them. You want to see Marilyn Manson kill the Hansons, or vice versa. Let's do it. This is fucking hilarious.
But what I liked about it was that it made no fucking sense at all.
No, of
Like,
course.
they had to go into a pitch meeting and be like, hey, you know what I want to do? All right, I want to get a bunch of celebrities.
Yeah.
All right, stay with me on this. I want to get them together and fight them to the death using claymation and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
which is like the most expensive fucking form.
Any excuse to do claymation, I'm on board.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm all about claymation, but it's like
And do you remember when It's Always Sunny did the Christmas episode in claymation and made it gory? That's great.
yeah,
It's great.
I've never seen a claymation special that I didn't fucking enjoy.
That's
at some
exactly
level.
what I'm saying.
Like even like the Christmas ones where like I'm not like a Christmas type of dude.
Yeah, but
I
that
will watch
wasn't
the fuck out of a Christmas.
wasn't really your traditional Christmas story. I think they murdered him.
Who? Oh, you mean in Always Sunny?
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean,
Oh, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about like the Rankin Bass stuff, like where it was like I'm Mr. Winter Miser or whatever, Heat Miser or whatever, and like it was a Christmas special in claymation and I don't.
all right.
I'm not into Christmas whatsoever.
Yeah, but you like the claymation.
Yeah.
Claymation's fun.
Yeah, it's just like I appreciate how much work goes into it.
Yeah.
Because I know it's just.
Well, it's stop-start animation. You gotta take a picture and then move a thing, and then take a picture and then move a thing. Oh my god!
But you can see like there's like the movies that Lakia makes. They made Kubo and the Two Strings. They made Frankenweenie. They make all these cool ass movies in claymation, and they look fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, they look great. Well, I mean, it's like I think CGI ruined the movies, man. You remember in like the late '80s, where it was big in horror movies, especially. They were trying to create all this gore, and they used claymation. They used fake blood instead of just I'm going to superimpose an image that I created, and that's cool that it looks real and everything. But I thought it was more special when you actually had to blow something up or light it on fire or both.
Yeah, I mean, I still prefer whenever like I see a puppet in a movie rather than like, CGI Yoda versus puppet Yoda.
Puppet Yoda wins every time.
Yeah.
If somebody's hiring the Hensons, what's his name? Jim Henson Company, I want to see that movie.
Yeah.
Like the remake of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy I usually don't like remakes. It was a great movie.
Did they? What was the remake?
The remake was like 2006.
Was that the one with Zooey Deschanel and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just watched that. I wasn't.
It's on Netflix right now. It's great.
I wasn't into that one.
It's great, and you're wrong. Your opinion is wrong.
Fuck you. No, I don't know. I've read the books and all that stuff, and I feel like I'm one of those guys who's like, the books are better and all that shit.
Yeah, you're one of those guys who's like the Lord of the Rings is okay, but the books are better. I'm sure that I know they are, but like those were awesome movies.
I wasn't into Lord of the Rings when I was growing up, so it didn't really translate for me, even when they made it a movie.
Oh,
like
but they were great movies all on their own.
No, I was kind of bored by it though, because it was just like. It's been said before, but it's 3 movies about dudes walking, and it's at a certain point.
Have you ever walked really far?
Yeah, I have.
That's rough, man.
You know what? I've walked over like 3 miles all in one.
Epic.
There
There are movies where like Alec Baldwin is stuck in the woods and he just walks around. That's the whole movie. Remember when Tom Hanks was on the island? He didn't even walk around that much, and we watched it for 3 hours.
Yeah, but his mental health deteriorated, and that was like the whole fucking fun of it.
All right, well then let's get into the meat of the Lord of the Rings, because there's a lot more going on.
I was not expecting to talk Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, well, I don't need to if you'll concede my point.
All right, well, okay, Lord of the Rings is great. You got me.
That's right.
Can we not talk Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. Let's talk more about Parkway. How long has you been doing it?
About a year.
About a year.
A year in October. So
and how did it come to be in the first place, man? You just walked in one day and you were like, you know what would fix all your problems, man? Comedy.
Well, like I said, I kind of had a relationship with the guy because like he was kind of friends with my dad, and I knew him. I was thinking, initially when I was going to do it, I was going to do it at another place that a friend of mine's mom had.
All right.
And it's in Brighton Heights, and it's like a place that I grew up with, and it's a really cool spot. And I was gonna go there, and I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna. What's the name of that place again? Searched it, and the first thing that popped up was like about a shooting and a stabbing and stuff like that. I was like, no, not doing it there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's the sort of thing that might keep people away, huh?
Yeah, but after that, I went to him, and I was just like.
Yeah.
Initially, I was going to do like, hey, maybe I could do like a show here.
Yeah.
Maybe I could just do something, random here.
Yeah.
But I ended up talking him into doing an open mic there.
Yeah. And it's a hip little spot too. I mean, not only is it there's high ceilings, so you really feel like it's an open space. It's well lit. It's clean. And they have a little microbrew on.
Yeah, that was the weird thing for me. Whenever I was going into it the first time, I was like, so wait, there's like another place that sells alcohol in your place that sells alcohol as its business model. Like, why are you opening yourself up to the competition?
Yeah, but it's just craft beer. Like the regular bar in the place has all the liquors and factory beer or what it mass manufacturing. Yuengling, Budweiser.
But
I don't know the drink list.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like you could just buy you know, their stuff and then sell it at your bar, and not like have somebody selling alcohol here and somebody selling alcohol here.
I think it's cool that they have the thing on site, though.
No, it's a cool, like,
Yeah.
it threw me off. I think it's cool now.
Yeah.
But whenever I was like first walking in, I was like, this is like a stupid fucking idea.
Well, now they have that old lady cooking food.
Well, she does that. She does that every now and again. But
Yeah.
It's not like it's.
Last
she's like
couple
stays
of
there.
times I was there, she was there for a while. I mean, it's interesting. You can get something to eat.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
I like the thing is, as much as I should support the venue, I still go other places whenever I'm about to eat. Like, I get there at like 6, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna hop over to the pizza place now. not give this poor woman who like is suffering for her dreams.
Is that
any of
her?
my
Is
business.
that her story? Do we know that for a fact, or are you just assuming?
I'm making shit up. I have
Maybe she's dude's mom, and he's begging her for help, and she's like, God, I gotta come here and make food for these strangers.
Well, then
you
even
know?
still, it's like I still want her to do
I
well.
was talking to her the last time I was there on Friday, but she's already got a boyfriend. So I was like,
I'm sorry to hear that, Scotty.
well, you know, it's hard to find a really hot old lady, you know?
No, it's not. You just go to any nursing home and just be like, hey, what's up, bitch?
That's disgusting.
It's not disgusting. It's beautiful. Beautiful. It's because it's overcoming a gap. It's overcoming like a challenge where people are like, that's disgusting. Now it's like Romeo and Juliet. It's because you're like in love despite whatever the
Well,
everybody
right,
else
but
says.
that's just Harold and Maude.
Nah, but it's
It's literally that, which is okay because everything's all the stories have already been told. You just got to find them throughout and then retell them, I guess. So I don't know if it'd be possible to make a successful remake of Harold and Maude.
no. I don't think it would be.
If we do it, I would love to do, like, I'll be maybe a couple years from now, I'll be in my early 40s, you know, and we'll find like a nice really old lady and have the same dynamics, except it's weird because I'm still living at home with my mother at 40, which I'm not in reality. But all right, you know what? Now I sound like an asshole. Let's scrap it.
One thing I actually wanted to throw your way.
Yo.
Was a couple of weeks ago, you were just talking to me outside of Parkway, and you were talking
Yeah.
about like, hey, can you touch your toes? And I was like, no, I can't touch my fucking toes. Well, I'm 32 and I'm in the worst shape of my entire life. But after you like basically were like, hey, you should be able to touch your toes. It's bad for your heart if you can't.
Yeah.
I started trying to like stretch every morning.
All right.
Today was the first day I was able to touch my toes.
Oh, that's awesome. High five that shit.
Yeah.
It feels good, right?
It
Takes pressure off your lower back.
like I actually do feel markedly better since I started stretching.
Oh, see?
'Cause, like I just always had like all kinds of pain
Yeah.
all over myself.
You know, life doesn't have to be this horrible, complicated thing unless you really want it to be. And unfortunately in America, people really want it to be, and I don't understand it.
Because it's fun to be the.
But I'm really happy for you, and I'm glad you went for the advice. And I'm starting a class at Ham Bones at 11:30 a.m. on Saturdays, starting this Saturday. And I hope that you and whoever else is free at the time will come.
Yeah, I mean, you do yoga, right? Like,
Yoga, it's a lot of toe touching and breathing. We're just pairing breathing with different kinds of toe touching.
I'm like. That was one thing that I tried to get into, and it just wasn't something that I couldn't get with somebody telling me that my form was bad.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to tell anybody their form is bad. I think it's good if you're trying and you'll get there. And it's a very unique form of yoga, Kundalini yoga. Not a lot of people are teaching it. I don't think anybody else in Pittsburgh. Maybe one other place at the Schoolhouse Yoga. I think they have a teacher, but I studied for years out in Phoenix, and it's easy. It's not acrobatic. It's a lot of just pairing motion with breathing. So
I like that you dropped Phoenix like it was some mystical realm.
Phoenix is a mystical realm.
No, but like when people were like, oh, here's where I picked up yoga. I went to India, and I learned from like this big yogi who like is very famous.
Yeah.
You're like, I went to Phoenix, Arizona, baby.
Yeah. Well, I did. And it was a mystical, magical place filled with every type of yoga in the world. And I did a lot of different types. So I like the Kundalini the best. And motorcycles.
What about motorcycles? You just got into riding motorcycles out there?
Yeah, well, I studied motorcycle mechanics out there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I used to ride a motorcycle until I crashed it 3 times.
Oh,
then I
the
was
third
done with
time you were like, "That's it. I'm not good at this."
Well, the second time I crashed it, afterwards I took it to the shop, and as I was pulling out of the shop, my accelerator just stuck.
Oh no!
So like it's speeding. And and I'm hitting the brakes, and the brakes aren't doing.
No, you got shifted into neutral.
I tried that.
Okay.
I was squeezing on the clutch.
Yeah.
Nothing. It was just gonna go. It was just speeding.
Oh, that's not good.
So
how did you die? I see dead people.
I was driving towards the woods, and I was like, if I don't pull this thing down on myself right now, I'm dead.
Oh my god!
And like I pulled it down.
What kind of motorcycle was it?
A Honda 350cc.
All right, so at least it was a little bike.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't like it crushed me whenever.
That's no good. Well, you got to make sure that your bike is in working order before you go riding it down the street.
I was coming out of a mechanic's shop. Like they should have.
Then I would not go back to that place.
No, I never did. I never went on my bike again after that.
Oh, that's a shame. It's a lot of fun. Out in Phoenix, it's kind of like a beginner's course. It's flat. All the roads are really smooth. They're really wide. It's never freezing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll sweat your ass off.
That's what I was about to say. I feel like wearing like the leather and stuff would be a challenge.
It would. But there's a lot of alternatives. There's a lot of mesh stuff with like plastic plating and.
So you're
helmets are
riding
vented
around on
really well.
You're riding around on your mesh shirt like one of the village people.
No. It's a jacket with a zipper and like elbow pads, but it's all inside the.
I recognize that. I was just going for the visual image of you with the mesh tank top.
I mean, maybe I didn't look super cool, but I wasn't wearing like a crossing guard uniform like some people do. It was pretty. I had the Day of the Dead helmet.
Oh, like just a zombie painted on it or something like that?
No, like skulls and flowers and shit.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Like Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Day of the Dead.
Yeah, okay. When people say Day of the Dead, I automatically think of the Romero flick. So I'm not.
Yeah, I like Dawn of the Dead.
I just had my son watch Night of the Living Dead for the first time.
How old is he?
He was 8 he's 8 still. Yeah,
he's still 8.
Yeah.
You let an 8. No, that's the best age to watch it. That's like when it's interesting.
Yeah, because like
if you wait too long, it's like who cares anymore?
I feel like if you wait till 13, you're already going to see some horror movie that's going to blow that out of the water. So this is like a nice, easy one to like get into. Like, when I was like 13. I watched the Candyman. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember the Candyman.
And it fucked with me. If I had, after watching Candyman, watched Night of the Living Dead, I would have been like, whatever.
You know what? You know what movie killed me when I was a kid? It just ruined turned my imagination against me. It's not even. Well, I mean, Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws for sure.
The line that they paint at the bottom of the pools.
Yeah.
I knew it was just a line, but it would make me think of the sharks and eating the people, and I would get a rush of adrenaline and just. Get the fuck out of the pool.
I let my son just watch Jaws as well. Or I didn't let him watch it. By the way,
you didn't let him.
You
made him. You went Clockwork Orange. You like tied him to a chair and made his eyelids stay open and just like with the eyedroppers.
No, like I live in like a kind of tiny 1-bedroom or like 1-level condo.
Oh,
so
how many kids you got?
I got 2.
You married?
Yep.
How do you feel about married life? Most guys that are married are like, dude, don't get married. It sucks.
Fuck that. I love being married. I love being married. It's so much easier. Like, me and my wife met when I was like, so much easier. It was like me and my wife met when I was like 18 or 19 or something like that.
So you're young.
Yeah. So we were young.
What year was it? 90. 2000.
For me, time is measured, and that happened. It's happening.
2004?
It's going to happen. Like I have no idea. It was maybe 11 years ago.
All right.
So yeah, 2007.
All right, right on.
But like during that time, I was getting nothing. I was getting like no. And like this is me in college.
So when you were single, it was not fun.
No, and it was my fault too, because I was like the shyest motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I was like nervous to talk to girls and stuff like that. And then like I met her, and we just hit it off, and she was awesome. And I was like, all right, well, I never have to date again. This is fucking phenomenal. Like, there's nothing better than not having to like really
Worry
try
about that shit, huh?
to convince somebody that you're not going to kill them and rape them. You know what I mean? Like, like I felt like whenever I was like doing the dating stuff, I had to like convince people that A, I was an okay person, that B, I wasn't like, I was dangerous, but not the kind of dangerous that you had to worry.
Well, what kind of dangerous were you?
Like I was
like dangerous enough that they should want to have sex with you.
No, like I was dangerous in the way that like if somebody fucked with me, I could beat them up.
Oh, okay.
And like, you know, I was relatively like confident in that my ability to like beat ass.
You're a man.
So I was like,
manly man.
I'm a very manly man.
Okay.
But like I'm dangerous in that. I was dangerous in that sense, where it's like, if you're with me, you're good, but if you're against me, you're fucked. But it's like I don't have to convince people anymore that I'm dangerous in any kind of way.
Right.
You know,
right.
I'm totally free now.
You could just be nice.
Yeah, and I love my wife.
You usually are.
And
except
like
for that one time you told me I was I'm just making shit up.
But no, like I love my wife. She's like like an awesome country girl. So like
Wait, what country?
Oh no, she's from Apollo.
Apollo.
So, yeah, so like it's
in Greece.
No, Apollo, fucking Pennsylvania. Like it's just like up 28, but it's far enough where it's like this is not the city.
Like she grew up on a farm. Like a horse farm or a pig farm. Or
she grew up. Farm? She grew up literally on a gun range.
A gun range.
Yeah.
She's like you married what's her name, Annie Oakley with the rifle.
No, for real. And she is a better shot than I am.
Oh, I bet she is.
But yeah, like she's like a country girl, which I
really
fucking dig.
She's gonna protect you.
Yeah.
When the zombie apocalypse breaks out.
There's no part of me that's like I'm going to survive the zombie apocalypse without her. Because like there were times where I was like, you know, I lost my job and I was like, I have to go home and tell my wife I lost my job. This sucks, you know. I can't believe it. And she was like, that's fine, don't worry about it. And I was like, she's fixing to like start hunting squirrels and putting them in the stew. Like she's gonna be fine.
I like that she's fixing to do that.
No, but no, like for real, like I have no survival skills. She is like our survival expert.
So does she like to go camping and shit?
No, she hates camping.
All right. So what kind of stuff does she drag you into?
She doesn't drag me into anything. She's like the best fucking person because like there are times where she was like, look, I'm just going to go up to my mom's house. I'm not mad at you. I just want to see my mom. And I know you don't like being with my mom. So you can stay here.
What, you don't get along with your in-laws?
I like my father-in-law and my mother-in-law's okay. But she like gets a little bit nuts sometimes. But like my father-in-law, I can tell doesn't like me. And he's
and you're okay with that?
I'm okay with that because I like him. It doesn't matter what's coming back.
Does it piss him off that you like him and he doesn't like you?
No, I think it pisses him off that I'm with his daughter at all.
She deserves someone better.
Oh, she definitely. Like I would agree with him if he had said that.
Is that one of the reasons you like him?
No, but yeah, I mean, he's like this big, intimidating. Like he's 6'4".
Yeah.
Like when I was about to ask him, like, is it cool if I marry your daughter?
Oh shit, you did that sort of thing?
We were coming from a gun bash, and he was like, oh, you know what?
In Apollo?
Yeah, and he was like, oh, I just need something out of.
Are you from up there?
No, I'm from the city. I'm from the north side.
How would you meet
We
this country girl? Was she in the city? Were you in the country?
We met through like college friends.
Were you shooting at each other and then decided you were in love? Like, ooh, that's like a Wes Anderson film. Did you ever see Rushmore?
I have seen Rushmore,
right?
But I was gonna compare it to West Side Story because I'm artful. Fuck. No, but like, her dad is like this big intimidated dude, and like like after I had said, hey, is it cool if I marry your daughter? He's like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And then he made me reach into his glove box or the compartment like in the middle of the two seats in his truck. Yeah. And he had his gun in there, and I was like, all right, I get this message. Yeah. You don't even have to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
that's fun. But that's a fun moment in history.
Yeah,
This is the gun I'm going to kill you with. Take a good look at it.
it was literally like, if you treat her like, it was not said. It was just very heavily implied. If you treat her wrong, that is the gun that I'm going to shove down your throat.
Do you know what caliber it was?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know guns all that well. But I would have to assume.
Wondering.
I would have to assume it's whatever is not a pussy gun. Like whatever is by country people not considered a pussy gun.
All right, so it was either a 357 or a 45.
Yeah, it was some. It was maybe it could have been a 50 cal or something like that. I have no idea.
Was it insanely big?
It was bigger than my hand for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like it wasn't like a 38 where it was like, you could hide it in your
right.
purse.
But I mean, the 50 cal is always huge. It's like it's a hand cannon. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
You want to shoot a plane down?
Yeah, I think that's probably...
I mean, that'll take your head clean off and then some.
But that's what they do for fun in the country. They shoot down planes.
Oh, yeah, no, they don't shoot down planes. The FBI would be up your ass so fast if you shot down a plane. And the FCC and the secret government guys who like deal with the aliens.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Nest.
Homeland Security.
Yeah.
I mean, the shitstorm if you shot down a fucking plane. I'm sure the idiots fire at it.
No, I'm only disparaging country people because I think they know that I'm
not all country people
with them.
are stupid.
No.
I grew up outside of any city and I wouldn't call it a suburb.
No, I don't disparage country people because I like country people. Like the weird thing is,
look at him backpedal. It's okay. I like Zach. I vouch for him. He's good people.
I like country people and like honestly like most Republicans more than I like most Democrats and city people.
Oh, see, I don't even go. I find people I like and don't really get along with on both sides.
No, for sure. But I mean, as a general rule, if I'm gonna hang out with like my buddies from grade school who are,
there's always idiots. You know?
But if I'm going to hang out with like my buddies from grade school who were cool, but they were Republican, I'm going with them to like go shoot at stuff.
Oh yeah,
like, I'm having a great time.
Did you ever do
with
this
them.
axe throwing? Have you heard about the axe throwing?
Yeah,
it's a craze at this point, I think.
Yeah, Joey Welch's brother runs one of those.
No shit.
Yeah, Lumberjacks is that's his.
I think he said that on the last time he was here. That's crazy. Have you tried it?
I've thrown axes and hammers at stuff before, but I haven't paid to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I did it in Boy Scouts, but I've never done it as a drunk adult.
Yeah.
Because they're drinking and doing it. And they're doing it pretty successfully, and people seem to like it. I think is it a Celtic thing? Is it an Irish, Scottish sort of?
I don't think there's any, like, nationality that didn't have something where you threw an axe at something.
Okay.
Like, as soon as the axe was invented, they started throwing it at
I don't know anything about any Jewish axe stories. I'm
sure there were. That might have been how the moil got invented.
How could you be so sure the moil? Oh, they did it by accident.
they were like, no, yeah, I meant to do that.
They're like, oh, it looks so pretty.
God told me to do it. Don't worry about it. That was in my plan. Thank God they got that. Oh man.
So, how long you been doing your podcast? What's it called? Shut Up, Stupid.
Shut Up, Stupid.
You shut up, stupid.
What?
No, there was. I had a very bizarre time with you on Friday, and.
I blame myself.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I blame myself for it.
No, I like to yell and shout, but I can't. I have a weird thing about my clothes. I just came out of work. It was just an audio recording, then, man.
Yeah. It wasn't like you were on fashion display.
No, and I wasn't really upset. It was just an opportunity to showcase the insanity that comes along with me as a comedian, which it goes that way. And then I did 10 minutes on pedophilic priests later that night. So
yeah, the audience was really happy about that.
They laughed.
There were like you were. I'm pretty sure you were pretty high at the time.
I don't know anything about that.
But there were large swatches where they were just like purposely not laughing.
Oh,
they were trying hard not to.
Well.
But it was. I love doing the podcast. We're only 5 episodes or so in now.
Is it always at the Parkway in front of people
Yeah, I mean it's a live podcast, and
Right before your open mic on Fridays.
well, this is the first time we did it before the open mic.
Okay, how did you do it before?
Before that, we were doing it immediately after because I was thinking, well, the open mic's going to open people up to laughing, and that's going to be a good thing.
All right. So are you going to keep it switched around, or
yeah,
are you going to go back?
I think I'm going to keep it switched around just because I
You
want to
think
do
it-
it more often.
Okay.
And I can't really do it more often if it's eating into the open mic time.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, it's basically we just talk about current events and stuff, and but like we just say shitty things to each other instead of talking about the current event.
Yeah, no,
Like it's just
I
us
had fun.
going off topic.
Yeah.
that's the whole point of it. Is that
Yeah.
we're shitty and stupid, and our opinions are dumb and uninformed and don't matter.
And then so when I was on Friday, it was me and you and 3 other guys. It was Eric Nesby and Joey Purse
And Danny Ferrer.
and Danny Ferrer.
Yes.
The very funny mop-haired Danny Ferrer.
I love Danny.
I think it's a piece, man.
It's a what?
The hair. I think it's fake.
Oh,
I think he's got a Donnie J. Trumpmeister thing going on.
If that is a wig, that is the least convincing wig. I like that's why I'm so convinced that it's not a wig.
No, it's probably real, but he's got wow, it's some hair.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
No, yeah, but it's a fun time doing it.
So is it? But is always 4 or 5 people? I can't count. That's 5.
In the past, it's been 4 and then me hosting.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it was.
But I think I'm going to narrow that down a little bit, just because it gets a little bit crazy with everybody talking over each other.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to just cut it down, maybe.
right on. It is hard to get people not to talk over each other, but that's like those crossfire shows and all that shit. People love to be confused by. Or,
Yeah, but I want like the listener to be able to tell when we're making fun of something. You know, whenever I'm like, hey, hey, Scotty, look at your ratty ass shoes, and then you get all pissed
you
off
can make
at me.
fun of my fucking shoes. You know what? Those were work shoes. I had worked in the kitchen for 8 hours, and then I came to your podcast when I wanted to go to sleep, and then you made fun of my shoes. Oh man, it's like when I was younger. I don't know. I have a weird background. When I was in New Jersey and young, we had a lot of money, and then when we came to Pennsylvania, we were very poor. And it was
Wait, do you mean that you were like New Jersey rich and then Pennsylvania poor or something like
yeah.
that?
And New Jersey poor is richer than Pennsylvania poor. You know what I mean? Like they have a better economy than Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah. So it was a huge step down, and then like I grew out of my nice clothes, and I had all hand-me-downs and shit, and they would make fun of me, and I'd be like, just couldn't handle it, man. And I guess I still can't.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I get that way too, because I grew up with like the hand-me-downs from my brother and all that stuff. And actually, like even some of like my coats were my sister's stuff.
Yeah.
So I get when people
Oh,
make
that
fun of you
sucks.
for
your clothes.
your shitty clothes.
Right? Like, make fun of my nice clothes. And they do. They make fun of my nice clothes, too.
Well, the thing is, you clean up too good. Like
Too good.
Like,
I get taller when I shave.
like when you have like a suit on, you look like you're about to like just lay some like country to waste. Like you look like you're about to
Dude,
like
that's-
sell weapons to the Armenians.
I would love to be like, that would be a lot of fun. I'd be like rich and have a lot of hot women.
Yeah, you could be like the Lord of War movie with Nick Cage.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that's fun. That was fun.
What do you keep looking at your clock for, man? Am I that boring?
No, that's not it. I'm just keeping track of time and what I wanted to talk about, and like I usually have a couple things I want to talk about, but I like to leave it loose.
Yeah. What's new with you, man? I mean,
I've been working at Hambones.
but you were talking about like you're about to be. Oh, but before we went on the podcast, you were talking about how you were about to live by yourself for the first time.
Oh yeah, my sister's been staying with me, and she's getting her own place with her boyfriend, and I get to live alone for the first time in my adult life, other than one semester in college. I always said, I moved from college to Manhattan, and I'm not Mr. Wall Street.
Yeah.
I wasn't going there and making a lot of money. I studied literature. I
Yeah.
went to New York and was very, very, very poor.
Yeah.
And so I always had like 2 or 3 roommates. And in New York, it's like you split a closet 3 ways.
Yeah.
And you each pay like $800 a month. And that was in the early 2000s. Now it's probably like same space and you're each paying like $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Is New York is retarded.
Yeah, I never lived by myself either, except for like 1 year in
Yeah,
college.
because you got married and had kids. How many kids you got?
I got 2.
What is it? 1 boy and
1 boy and 1 boy.
2 boys.
Yeah.
What's the other? We heard about the 8-year-old who's watching horror movies.
Oh,
You're gonna turn him into some sort of psychopathic murderer, you think?
I hope so. I mean,
You hope so?
They generally do pretty well for themselves outside of the killing.
Yeah. Just have him channel the energy into like stock trading and you know stuff like that.
Well-
That way, the damage he does it will be legal in America because we can totally starve out Asian kids, but you can't go in America and shoot somebody.
No, but my other son, I've already messed him up pretty good too. Because
How old is he? Is he the older or the younger?
He's the younger. He's 4 years old. He just turned 4. But he.
So what horrible thing did you do to this kid?
I accidentally let him watch Jurassic Park.
Oh, Jurassic Park. That's funny. Can be scared of dinosaurs.
No, he loves dinosaurs though. But we just went to Universal Studios.
Yeah.
And
was it fun or was it just
it's
torture?
it's a great time.
Really?
But one of the things they have is like a puppet that's like a dinosaur. It's a velociraptor. And I held him up, just to get a better look at it.
All right.
And he was like struggling to get away because he was like,
yeah, so
dude,
he
I saw that movie.
afraid of dinosaurs.
He was like, I saw that movie and I know what that guy does. Don't you put me near him.
Right?
Like he was mad at me for a while after.
Yeah, so he's going to have trust issues with you from now on.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I'm a terrible parent.
Really, though?
No, I'm actually, I would say, without like a hint of like dishonesty, I'm a really good parent, except for when it comes to like watching what my kids like watch.
Yeah.
Because a 4-year-old probably shouldn't be watching dinosaurs eat dudes off the toilet.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Nah,
If we were alive, if this was like 10,000 years ago and we were all like cave people, they'd have seen somebody get eaten by something by now.
yeah, but I mean, at the same time, they don't have to worry about the
It
neighbor.
doesn't have a soundtrack,
It doesn't have a John Williams soundtrack.
right? And those soundtracks are intense. That's why they put them in there. They really like move you emotionally, and kids are sensitive to that.
But like, the thing is, like, I'm good with my kids.
Yeah.
They're happy, all that stuff.
They like you and everything.
My,
You take them fishing or shooting or riding horses. What do you do?
No, well,
Play video games.
we play video games sometimes. We watch movies.
Is there a video game that you? Well, the 4-year-old can't really play video games yet, right?
Well, there's one video game that he can play.
Or what's he playing?
Well, here's the thing. Like, my kids are like fighters. They're like mean.
They're mean dudes. I like it.
But
Were you a mean dude before you got married and had kids?
Oh, I was awful.
Yeah.
But
and you want them to be like you?
No, I don't want them to be like me.
Well,
That's
why?
the whole point.
All
So
right.
like they like watching wrestling and doing the wrestling video games and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they fight in like real life.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was a real thing. But so to counteract that, I bought my younger son this video game called Flower, and all it is in the game Flower is you control the wind.
The wind.
To blow like petals of flowers into other flowers, and then it makes music, and that's the whole game.
Oh, all right.
It's like
So the younger one's gonna end up being gay then, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would be so happy if that was the case, because that would mean that I would get the chance to be like the cool dad.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to. Like, I can check off the fact that no, I'm for sure not the asshole parent that takes it up. For sure, I'm not that guy.
Well, that's good. That's good. You're gonna,
But that's also real selfish.
Why? Because you want to be a good dad, or
no,
accepting, or
because I'm legitimately hoping that he has probably a harder life, just so just so I could be like, well, at least I'm a good dad.
I like it. I think that's a good place to start for a set.
I try not to talk about my kids too much on stage.
Gold mine. I mean, have you heard of Louis C.K.?
I've heard of him. I've never heard actually his set.
Oh, well, I mean, other than being an amateur masturbator, an amateur public masturbator, apparently,
I think he's professional.
he does a little comedy, and
Yeah.
he's done well talking about his kids, for sure.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, I just feel like I don't want to be that comic who like only can do one thing.
Yeah.
And my set is already real like, my kids heavy.
Is it?
So yeah, like it's honestly, if I do 20 minutes,
Yeah.
probably 10 of them is on my kids.
That's great.
No,
I think it's smart, man. I mean, a lot of people got kids. I don't, but I mean that's because I keep eating them.
But
You know?
but like none of the comics that I respect
Yeah.
exclusively talk about their kids.
Well,
Like, they have other
Louis
shit to talk
C.K. didn't
about.
exclusively talk about
That's what I'm
them.
saying though. Like I feel
You
like
know?
I have so much material on my kids
Yeah.
that it just becomes like, okay, he's another
Yeah.
dad comic.
Another dad.
gives a
You don't
shit?
want to just be another dad bod comic.
Yeah, I'm totally a dad bod comic. But, like, I don't want to be the guy who's just like, hey, my kids, they're crazy, and then like that be the only thing I can say. But then I don't want to be like a political comic either, where it's like,
Oh, I hate politics. It stresses me out. I think current events are important, but I mean, how long is it funny then? For as long as that it's relevant, which
See-
is usually what, 30 seconds?
I pay attention to politics specifically because I love arguing with people. Like they're. Like,
Oh, I
it's-
hate you now.
To me, that's my greatest joy is yelling at, or not yelling at somebody, but like convincing them that they are wrong about a thing. Like you are factually, I can, with my math, I can be like, no,
I can't
that's not
say
the
that
case.
that is the experience that I've had with you talking, though.
No, the thing is, I feel very similar to you, where it's like I don't have anything really I could argue with you about.
Oh yeah, all right.
But,
We'll come up with some stuff.
No, I like you enough, man. You don't want to get on my.
I don't want to ruin it. I'm
Here's
good at ruining shit.
But
though.
when I argue with people, I'm super fucking condescending. So you will
Oh,
not like me
I will
after
slap you.
Yeah,
I would slap you right in the dad face.
yeah, I'm.
I got issues with dads. Well, it might sting a little bit.
You're just gonna come at me as a proxy for your dad.
Yeah, that's why I try not to fight. I got a lot of pent up rage. I try to get it out with yoga and meditation, but it's like, it's not an absolute fucking cure all. It's just makes you a little bit more relaxed and focused.
I've only seen you get like actually angry a couple of times.
I don't think you've
and
ever seen it.
It is. No, I've seen you angry. Because here's the thing: I know that sometimes you're acting angry,
Yeah.
and you're not. I've seen you get angry, and I was like, "Oh, that's completely different."
That's different.
that is
Is
not,
it way scarier?
yeah, it is way fucking scary.
It's not funny.
No, it's like I go back to like my old self where I'm like, all right, now I have to figure out how I'm gonna fight this guy.
How do I navigate this crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard being me, man. Is it fun being you?
I mean, it can be. I mean,
I always have fun when I see you. I miss. Okay, this is why I wish you didn't run the Parkway Theater.
all right.
It's because I used to see you at a lot more open mics.
Yeah,
and we get to hang out a lot more. But I know I like the Parkway, and I want you to be successful, and I know you're having fun. So I'm glad you're the host of the Parkway.
Yeah, I for sure miss doing like open mics and stuff like
I
that.
see you out every once in a while, but it's not like it was last
with
year.
the kids and all that. I can't like hit open mics on.
Dude, as soon as the big one hits 12 and the little one will be like, what, 8 or 9?
Yeah,
Just start bringing them out. What, dude? Bring them the ham bones. We'll hook them up with some chicken nuggets and some soda, and throw them in the car and let them sleep.
I do not want to ever have my kids watch me do stand up.
Yeah,
letting my wife.
I mean, it would piss off all the comedians too, having kids there.
Well, letting my wife watch me one time, I was like, dude, this
I've never
is
met
terrible.
her.
She doesn't
It's
come to
alright.
like my shows.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she wouldn't come to an open mic.
Did you bomb that night?
No, I did fairly well. It was during a comedy competition. It was the only reason I brought her out because I was like, I need somebody to vote for me, and I know like, this is the only way I'm going to.
Was it at Arcade? Where was it?
Yeah, it was at Arcade, and I was like the first.
Yeah.
I ended up being the first one to go up, so like nobody at the end like remembered my name whatsoever.
Oh, that sucks.
So I got a total of like 6 votes out of.
You got laughs though. That's the important part, and then they usually pack that house in.
Oh yeah.
So
it was-
you get like I mean, when I did the competition, I didn't make it to the second round, but I got a lot of laughs, and that was the biggest audience I ever had, and that'll always be a great memory.
I've had bigger audiences, but it was definitely a fun room, and it
Yeah.
was definitely like a fun time to do it.
Right on.
I was just like, whenever I pulled my number out of the basket and I saw one, I was like, well, I'm not going forward.
Yeah.
And that kind of freed me up a little bit to have a little bit more fun on stage.
Right on.
Because I knew nobody was going to, like,
Yeah.
you know, I knew no one was going to vote for me, but I knew also that it didn't matter if I got votes.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I wasn't
no,
gonna
the
win.
important thing is always getting up and doing it and see what happens,
Yeah, I mean, I fucking love comedy.
right?
Like even the shittiest times and like, you know, all the bullshit that sometimes happens, it's still so much fucking fun. It's more fun than, you know, jerking off on the couch at, you know, 11 o'clock
That
at
gets
night.
old after a while, and we're like adults now. We've we've spent enough nights like that. It's time to do something different, you know?
No, I mean, for sure. Like, the thing is, whenever like somebody finds out I do comedy,
Yeah.
like, they're always way more excited about it than I am.
Well, yeah. With us, it's what the stress, anxiety, hope, fear, and for them, it's just like, oh, I know somebody who thinks they're funny.
Because they're disconnected from it, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they can just enjoy it or just hate it.
Mhm.
Whereas, like, if they hate, like, my set,
Yeah.
they hate it for 5 minutes and maybe 5 minutes after that.
Yeah.
If my set sucks, I am obsessing about it for the rest of the weekend.
For the rest of
Yeah.
for the rest of your life, you're just
Yeah.
gonna be like, that one time, god damn it.
Yeah, and for them, it's just like this little hiccup. It's like, you know, it's tears in the rain, man. You
Yeah.
know, it's not like,
Yeah.
it's not an issue for them.
Yeah, it's a non-issue for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so you got anything coming up?
Yeah, I got Tim Cornette on September 15th at the Parkway Theater. It's
Awesome.
it's a free show. You don't have to pay to get in.
Cool.
But we do ask for tips.
Oh,
So
all right.
we just pass around a bucket. You pay us whatever you think we were worth,
Right on.
and then we just divvy that up among the comics.
How many comics are gonna be there?
It's going to be me, Kaylee, Joey, Eric, and Tim. So
All
it's going to
right.
be 5 comics. And Eric's
Yeah.
going to be actually hosting that
Eric who?
one. Williams, Eric
Ah,
Williams. yeah.
Right on. I like
So it's
Eric
good.
Williams.
It's going to be a good setup too. I mean, I
Yeah.
like all those comics. Tim's.
And that's this Friday, right? Or this Saturday?
Yeah, it's this Saturday.
This
coming.
Saturday.
Yeah.
At what
the
time?
15th. At 8 o'clock at the Parkway Theater.
8 p.m. at the Parkway Theater in McKees Rocks.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome show. And like I
That
said,
sounds like
it's
gonna-
free. So if you're looking for something to do,
Yeah.
you don't got anything to do on a Saturday, just stop out. And if you don't like it, you know, still give me $5.
Yeah.
Please, don't be a dick.
Yeah, and there's craft beer and all sorts of other booze, and there might even be an old lady cooking there.
Yeah.
What does she make? I haven't
She
actually
makes
eaten
she
there.
makes like you know, different things on different days. So one day she'll be making like quesadillas, and then the next day she'll be making kibasas and all
Oh.
that stuff.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, so it's always something different there.
Right on.
Yeah.
And where can we find you? Facebook, Twitter?
You can just find me on Facebook, Zachary Cieply,
Yeah.
or on Twitter at zach.cieply.
Right on.
But my Twitter is basically just whatever I put on Facebook, copied onto Twitter. So just go on Facebook and then check out Comedy on the Rocks on Facebook too,
Awesome.
which is my you know, open mic and shows and all that stuff, and for my podcast and all that.
All right. Have you made a web page?
No, because it's not worth it.
Are you gonna do it? How is it not worth it? Web page is like $10 a year.
It's $10 a year, but at the same time, I'm a tech guy, so I'm going to have my own server.
Yeah.
I'm going to do all my own work,
Yeah.
and then it's going to be for a open mic that nobody's going to ever check out my page for.
All right, man.
You might as well just go to my Facebook page,
Go to
Comedy
the
on the Rocks,
Facebook page.
Pittsburgh.
Comedy on the Rocks, Pittsburgh. Thank you for listening to Scotty Presents. I'm your host, Scott Israel. Zach Cieply was my special guest today. Thanks for coming, Zach. It's good having you.
Thanks so much for having me on, and you know, thanks to all you guys for listening. You know, you guys are awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, man. So this is idiotradio.net. We're in Brookline, Pittsburgh, and Todd DeFazio is my producer. Thank you, Todd. It's been fun. We're out.
Later.
Scotty.
present.